guys, it's Jessica from Peace Love Books, and today I'm here with my favorite good guy romances. I did this video about a year ago today, and I recently posted my favorite bad boy romances, and I thought I needed to please some of you who love the good guy. The guy who is just so sweet and does everything in his power to win the girl and show her how much he loves her. I swoon over the adorable men who aren't afraid to show that they have emotions and feelings and actually love somebody. So, I have some books. They are different than the ones from the previous video, so I'll link that down below, and I'll show you what I have. The first book I have is 99% Mine by Sally Thorne. Now, I know there are very polarizing thoughts on this book. A lot of people hate it. I fell in the camp of loving it because of Tom. Tom is your just wholesome, adorable, good guy. Now, I think because his name is Tom, he really reminded me of Tom Welling as Clark Kent in Smallville, and like Clark Kent is your just all-American, even though he's alien, just good guy. And so the fact that he reminded me, I just like pictured Tom Welling as Tom in here, I was just like in love. This is about Darcy, who's a twin, and her grandmother passed away, and so she has to fix up her grandmother's house, and her childhood brother's best friend, so like she was kind of friends with him, but it was always like he belonged to her brother, is helping her renovate the house because he has his own renovation company now that's brand new, his construction company, and she's always liked him. He's just always been there, and she has to be around him again. She's very quirky, so a lot of people don't like that about this book, but Tom is just amazing. He was so nice and just so sweet and just so swoon-worthy that I loved him, and that's why I love this book so much. So you should read it if you want a nice guy. The next book is The Wrong Game by Candy Steiner. This is about a woman named Gemma whose marriage is over. That's all I can say about that. And she has these season football tickets she bought for her husband. And now that that's over, she has decided to try to move on and take a new date to each football game. She's telling this story to her friend at a bar, and the bartender is very interested, and he decides to be her first date to the games, and so she takes him, and it's their romance. Obviously she's gonna take other men, and obviously he's gonna be like, wait, but I want you. And I loved Zach so much. That's the bartender. He was just so determined to win her, and I love that. It's just so refreshing to have a man go after what he wants in a good way, like not in a forceful way, in a very sweet, good way, and show a girl that he really wants her, instead of like playing that does he like me, does he not game. He likes you, so go be with him. Yes, it was so cute. They go to football games. It's just the perfect fall read, really. So football season, read this book. It was super cute. Really loved the good guy in this one. The next one's kind of obvious, and you all probably want me to shut up about this book, but it is The Kiss Quotient by Helen Huang. I love this story, but I loved it even more because of Michael. This is about Stella, who has Asperger's, and she doesn't know how to be intimate with men. She's very uncomfortable in relationships, so she hires a male escort, and it's Michael, and he has to teach her how to be intimate, and I loved him. I think the main reason why I loved him was because he's such a family guy. He loves his family. He's Vietnamese, and so his family is a really big part of his life, and you see them in this book, and I absolutely love that. And he was super sweet with Stella, super understanding. It's their romance, obviously, and so I loved him. He's my new book boyfriend, but not new since this is like a year old, but like he's my book boyfriend, and I love him and I want him for myself. Next on my list is The Chase by Elle Kennedy. This is about Summer and Colin, who's really fitsy, and he was actually in the previous books, but this is a spin-off of the Off-Campus series, so he was in the Off-Campus series, but this is kind of like a new generation focusing on girls. Then like the previous 4 books, they were all like the guys books, and these are like you know them by the girls books, if that makes sense. But Summer is tired of everybody thinking of her as a dumb blonde. She has a learning disability, and so she's really self-conscious about that, but she's trying so hard to do well in school, and she has to move in with a bunch of hockey players because Dean De Laurentiis is her brother. I love Dean, and she falls for one of the hockey players, who is Colin, and he is so cute. He is a video game designer. He's so sweet. He's so passionate about his sport, but he's really passionate about his future career, and he's really passionate about romance, and it's super cute. I really loved it. I loved Colin. It was a fun romance. It was just nice to have a good guy as love interest in here. Okay, so the next one, he's a good guy, but not in the beginning, and that is the Unhandy Mooners by Christina Lauren. I already have a whole review video for this. I'm gonna put this down. You see the cover. It always messes up my lighting. So this is a really cute cover, and I'll talk about it. It is about a girl who is forced to go on a honeymoon with a guy she hates. So her twin sister gets food poisoning along with the entire wedding except for her and her new brother-in-law's brother. So they have to go on the honeymoon together. They've hated each other ever since they met about 2 years ago, I want to say, when her sister and his brother met, and they've hated each other, but now they have to go on this honeymoon because they have to pretend to be married because they're not going to give up a free trip to, I think, Maui, and it's obviously their romance, and it is an enemies to lovers, so he kind of seems mean in the beginning, but he is a little misunderstood, and he's so adorable and so swoon-worthy, and I fell in love with his character, and I just couldn't get over how adorable he was. So definitely go in knowing he's not gonna be nice in the beginning, but he's just a softie on the inside. So loved that book. The last one I have is a more serious one, and that is The Last Letter by Rebecca Yarros. This is a military romance, and so this guy has been writing letters to his best friend's sister while he's in the military, and then his best friend dies, which is the girl's brother, and he promises him that he's gonna go home and take care of his sister. So he shows up and tries to help take care of her. She had children really young and the dad's not in the picture, so she has twins, and she's trying to make a name for herself by running this inn, kind of, but it's like different cabins. I don't know what you would call that. But she's so dedicated to her job, and she's very heartbroken from losing her brother, and she's going through really serious stuff with her kids right now, and he's just there to be a support system for her, and it's very emotional, very good. I cried like a baby at the end, so if you want a very serious good guy romance, you should check this out. And those are my favorite good guy romances. Let me know down below what your favorites are and why you love reading about the good guy. I would love to know. As always, thank you so much for watching and have a good day. Bye.